And the question about when deterrence has worked is always a difficult one. And I always find that to be a really interesting question because the question focuses in on an example of where something didn't happen. It's always harder to actually, prove a negative, something that does the absence of something rather than a positive. Yet at the same time, I think that we can look at the instance of the Cold War itself, and nuclear deterrence as definitely being something that's very successful. The intent of having the nuclear deterrent that the United States did was an attempt to prevent nuclear war from occurring. So it's actually trying to deter the Soviet Union from launching its missiles, and trying to take advantage of it is to ensure the United States has that ability to go ahead and respond in the event of any form of attack. And yes, I think that for the issue of nuclear war, that's been very successful. The United States has actually had a very, very successful, sound deterrent. I also think that as far as the conventional front, you can also have a conventional deterrent, and I think the United States has been incredibly good about providing a conventional deterrent when it comes to state-to-state conflicts. So large wars of the kind of variety we think of when we think of World War II. The United States, as being the strongest military power in the world, means that they have the availability of military force within a short amount of time that they can deploy that will be very effective at doing so. And even the situations where the United States has done military intervention in places like Iraq and Libya and others have actually demonstrated the capabilities the United States has. This means that there's no state out there that wants to actually provoke a direct confrontation with the United States. Russia doesn't want to fight with the United States. China doesn't want to fight with the United States. Iran doesn't want to go in and fight the United States. North Korea doesn't want to fight with the United States. But these are all about having an actual, what we would consider to be the kind of declared wars that we saw that are part of things like World War II and World War I. These are wars where it is a clear, actual enemy that you're fighting with armies on the battlefield. In those situations, the United States has so much military force that the opponents of the United States have to look to other means to secure their goals. They have to use military force in much more creative ways. And so while the United States, I think, has actually been very successful at deterring that huge general war that's out there, the United States has to actually look at other tools in addition to that in order to prevent other states from achieving their goals that might be in the counter to the interests of the United States.